Morning, morning. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you're not, welcome back to another video. Today it is a hike. Gonna do around about 9 miles, just a loop around Mynydd Margam, stone's throw from Port Talbot. And the plan is come through Margam Park, which we are in now. If you've not been here and you are planning on coming around this area, then Margam Country Park is an absolute must. It's absolutely stunning, and it's got loads of walks ranging anything from 2 miles to I think 6 miles just within the borders of the park itself. But we're going to get a little bit further than that, outside of the park, up to the trig point at Mynydd Margam, which I've probably walked past 10-20 times and I've never actually been to it, so it's just slightly off the path. So I thought I'd bag it while I'm on the way. Look how steep this hill was. I've only been walking for about 10 minutes, I'm knackered. Yeah, we should be out for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours maybe, but I thought I'd bring you along, and I thought I'd chat about how to sort of plan hikes, really. This one I plotted myself yesterday just to give myself bearings, really. I kind of know where I'm going, I've been up here enough, but yeah, I thought it'd be a good chance to sort of show some different ways of planning routes and what apps you can use and stuff like that. So we'll get into that a bit later. For now, I'm going to blow my ass up the rest of this hill, and I'll give you the views when we get to the top. So I'm just nearly at the top, but I had to stop because I don't know if you can make them out there. Have you heard a deer? Oh, look at this. Got some stags here. Eyeing me up. I've been up here loads. I've never seen them this close. I've seen them loads of times, but they tend to stay away. But fair play. Look at these two guys. Absolutely amazing. Right, enough of me babbling. I've got to get on because the weather is supposed to be absolutely humping it down in about an hour's time. I know it looks quite clear over there, but the forecast is not good. Made our way out to the estate and just coming up over the tops, following the St Illtyd's route out of Margam Park initially. It's a route I've done about 30 miles of it altogether, from Crynant in the Neath Valley all the way over to Margam Park, 2 days, and it was my first experience really with wild camping and multi-days. I'm fairly new to this game. I've only been doing it about maybe 3 years or something like that it was for wild camping. I've been hiking loads, but yeah, I never did the wild camping thing, but that was the first time I ever give it a try. Me and my brother Nathan, and I absolutely loved it, and that's kind of what got me hooked on the whole thing and started the ball rolling for the coast to coast hike and everything that's come since, really. So yeah, this path's got a lot of good memories for me. As I said at the beginning, I thought I'd take a chance to just talk about how to plan routes, or at least how I do it. You know, don't take my word as gospel. Like I said, I haven't been in this game that long, but the things that I find useful, at least. Now, one of the easiest things that I find is Google Maps. and using Street View, there's a lot of paths, if you're looking, that have either been walked and literally mapped out on Google Maps on Street View, or people have just taken like photos and 360s and stuff, and you can sort of get an idea of where the paths are and what the ground is like, you know, especially if you're planning on wild camping. So yeah, I find Google Maps really, really handy, because it does get updated fairly regularly as well, because there are paths that don't get used, or they get blocked off, they get overgrown, and they're just not passable. Whereas when you've got that aerial top-down view on Google Maps, you can see if the path is there or not. So it's a good tool to sort of plan a route out. You can then, as well, which I have done before, you can go on Google Earth and literally plot a route. It takes a bit of time because you've got to follow the path, but it is worth it. You can export that file. I don't know if they export GPX on Google Earth. I think it's called a KML file or something like that it's called, but you can convert that to a GPX file if you want to load it onto, you know, a GPS. I've got a Garmin Instinct Solar Watch, which I've preloaded loads of routes on in the past. So yeah, that's probably the easiest beginner way, I suppose, to plot a route of your own. Another way would be to use OS Maps. Now the app, you can plot routes on it, but you can't export the files unless you pay for it, whether it's monthly subscription or you just pay for a year outright. But it is really, really handy. I myself don't actually have the premium version. I do like a paper map, and the paper maps do come with a little code that you can put into your account, and it means you've got the map offline as well if you don't have phone signal. So I do that just because I'm old and boring. I like a paper map. I've even got one with me today, even though I kind of know where I'm going. I just like having it all the time. But yeah, the app itself is good for plotting the route on. I have actually plotted today's route on the map, so if I do need it for any reason, I can refer back to it. But yeah, I said with that one, you can't export that to a GPS device or anything like that unless you got the premium membership. But the free version still works well if you're going to be somewhere, you know, like this, and you're going to get phone signal, just doing local hikes and walks. Plan a route, really, really handy. Next one would be a little bit more technical and might need a little bit more knowledge of map reading and navigation, and that is to use a good old-fashioned paper map. There's plenty of paths and tracks that are marked out on OS maps, and you can plot your way around. The main difference between that and the app is the app lets you know where you are, and a paper map doesn't do that. So you do need to get a good idea of your bearings and distances, and that just comes from experience. You know, the more you try it, you know, initially go places that you know and get the map out, and you can literally read the roads and even the contours, and you can say, right, that is that mountain, this is this junction of paths, and so on. So it gives you an idea of how to transfer that sort of 2D image on the map into the real world. And it's something that I've said before, I really enjoy. I always like a paper map. I'm a bit older my ways on that side of things, but it's just something, the tactile of it, it's just nice and satisfying when you're out. Now the other thing to do, which is probably the easiest thing, and that's to just steal someone else's route. There's plenty of apps out there, plenty of websites you can go on, and people would have mapped out routes, you know, circular walks or areas of particular interest to go and see in your area or wherever you plan on taking a walk. So yeah, as I said, there's an abundance of things you can use. You know, OS Maps does it, Komoot. Even when you look at websites like Long Distance Walkers Association, they've got maps and routes and files, and yeah, so you haven't got to do it yourself. You can use routes that other people have already mapped out, and I suppose it's probably the easiest way to get out and know where you're going and enjoy it. So for Hayes Outdoors, beautiful action. So just coming up to the junction off the path to the Trig at the summit of Mynydd Margam. So this marks pretty much the halfway point of the hike today. So I think it's probably a good time to stop and have a brew. I may have some food. I brought some with me, but I'll tell you about another couple of ways you can plan routes, or not so much plan routes, but at least go and enjoy routes, and at least make sure you're getting out, because that's the main thing in all this really. This is the whole point of this channel. Just get out, go and enjoy it. Well, that walk-in was not what I was expecting. I think I should have put the gaiters on really, but as I said, I'm going to stop here, have a cup of tea, and enjoy a little bit of a shelter out of the wind, because it is starting to pick up a little bit. But in the meantime, I thought I would just give you an idea of the last couple of things, more cheats than anything else about routes. One is follow a marked route, so don't worry about maps or anything like that. There's plenty of trails out there, especially, you know, around here with Margam Country Park. There's actually marked trails. There's national trails out there and things which are well marked, so you could just go and follow one of them without the need for planning anything. And the other one is to join a group, a walking group. You know, there's plenty out there all over the country. People that will know the area. They'll even give you guided walks and talk you through the history of places. So yeah, if you need to get out and you're not too sure about route planning at all, go and join an organised hike, because as I said, there's plenty out there, and at least it means you're getting out and enjoying the outdoors. So there it is, my list of what to do to get out, plan routes, and go and enjoy yourself for a day. Now if you've enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button. It really does help, and it cheers me up every time I see another subscriber on the channel. Leave a comment below as well if you've enjoyed it, like the video, and check out my other stuff as well. You know, I do hikes, day walks, multi-days, wild camping, just anything to get out really. So yeah, as I said, hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one.